10 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Hi everybody, welcome back. Fantastic.Five versus...
Dire team ban.
That comes through on the mic? I think that came through on the mic. Versus Team Finem. Had a little throat
I
gargle.
heard that. I heard it like very little bit, but it was like very faint.
It was like, I feel like let's go straight to the traffic. I'm so embarrassed now.
I'm sure if you didn't say anything, nobody would have even noticed it. But now you're gonna get Ebolas and everything.
Yeah, it threw me. It threw me.
Oh man. But yeah, last game kind of like not exactly what we expected out of the game, but kind of what we were talking about. How Fantastic.Five struggles a bit in the like early mid game. The game just is gonna blow up in their face, and that's kind of what just happened. Of course, beautiful Aegis snatch from Madara. Huge props to him. We actually just watched that replay.
Yeah, we double confirmed that I am tripping. Yep, I am tripping.
It was absolutely the last hit by the Sven Stormhammer with the veiled Roshan. So Sven did not snatch the Aegis, he just grabbed it, but it was.
Tell me the number again, Fogged.
46 damage.
46, boys. 46. It is the new Madara meme. 46 is real.
Yeah, but this is a story.
I always thought the meaning of life was meant to be like what was it? 42.
42.
Meaning of life is 42.
Is it?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, man.
What the hell are you even talking about?
Oh my god, I need to cast with Dakota again. Like, Dakota understands me. Dakota understands what other things I talk about.
Guide to the Galaxy?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, I misunderstood what you were saying. I don't know what I know of it, but I haven't like actually like read it or anything.
It was also like movies and an old TV show which was done back in the 90s.
How old are you again?
By BBC. I was born in 85. Yes, I seem to be older than everybody here apart from Nahaz and
Sujoy.
Yeah, Sujoy's older than me. He's been around for a very long time.
Yeah.
But he still keeps that boyish look.
Yeah,
and Dakota. Dakota is up there with me too.
You know who Sujoy actually reminds me of?
Who does Sujoy remind you of?
Have you seen Breaking Bad?
I have seen parts of Breaking Bad.
Have you seen Gus from Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
He reminds me of Gus from Breaking Bad. Not his personality, but just like he kind of looks like him at first.
I can see it. Yeah. I can see it.
Anyway,
are you really trying to make it so now we have to have a picture of Draskell as well as like Sujoy together?
That's exactly. I saw them both sitting next to each other, and I was just like, "Oh my god,
it's the next season."
This is insane right now. But yeah.
All right, let's look at our Dota game because we're already moving through the draft. So IO, Terrorblade, Alchemist, Beastmaster. Those look very familiar for the ban outs, and AF this time will be the ones who are carrying the Faceless Void. Combination for Fantastic.Five could be there. They get the Darkseer, but we get a new face to the front lines too, and then it's going to be the Elder Titan arriving here for Ad Finem. So something which is able to amplify the Faceless Void very easily during the Chronosphere.
I really like Ad Finem's bans. Pretty much Fantastic.Five success has come through the Alchemist and the Beastmaster throughout these qualifiers. So really well done by them with those first two bans, and they're going for a completely different type of draft. They have obviously prepared something in mind for these games, depending on which side that they're on. Last game they were on Dire, they had a idea of what they wanted to do. Now this game, completely different side of the spectrum, go for Void, Elder Titan, much more team fight oriented as well.
Okay. Death Prophet again.
Death Prophet again.
I'm okay with that. I'm actually more okay with it this game.
Dire Death Prophet with a Surge from Darkseer and stuff. It's Vacuum's also quite a nice counter initiator if people are like going on your DP.
It's also because I think Death Prophet is going to help couple with whatever other cores and supports work with Fantastic.Five as opposed to Faceless Void where it didn't really synergize well.
Yeah, chatting with Alan with Nahaz back on the Manila panel actually, we were looking at the picks for Death Prophet, and I think it was like 70% of the time when it was picked in the first two, the Death Prophet lost. But
really?
When Death Prophet was picked in the third and fourth position, it had like a 60-something% win rate. It also kind of had to do with the teams that were picking it, because it was like Liquid was picking it third, fourth almost every game. So that kind of like influenced it a bit, but it seemed to just struggle a bit when it was drafted in the first phase. So yep, Earth Spirit ban, like we were saying. Teams really like the Death Prophet Earth Spirit combo for the laning phase, just puts a lot of pressure on the opposite mid laner.
Really easy to rotate in and find those kills too. I'm actually wondering if Fantastic.Five want to go for something more like a VS as well. Something that counters the Face's Void initiation. We saw the SD in the last game doing a terrific job of that.
Yeah, I think it's a really good idea. It's a really good point that you bring up too, because of course like bringing people out of the Chronosphere, but not only just that, bringing them out of the Elder Titan Stomp and Elder Titan Ultimate can be a big deal. And also, Bench can work very well versus both these heroes too, with the swap being used in an aggressive manner if there's cases for it.
Yeah. Well, Fantastic.Five take out the Disruptor. Seems like it's a basic ban against the Darkseer.
Yeah, it's really good versus Darkseer, even versus Death Prophet too, because Death Prophet's when, like, you know, of course, you're timing with your exorcism when you're pushing, so as soon as the exorcism's getting down, you start to back, and if Disruptor's there, he sees the opportunity, he can glimpse you, so good ban there. It's also just another synergistic hero that works really well with the Void and the other Titan. Of course, the Spirit gives you vision for the glimpse as well, on top of everything, so good ban there from Fantastic.Five. Add Finem deciding to ban out the Medusa.
They waited until the 5th ban in the last game before they did that. But that was more of the, I think this could be a hero which we just can't burn through.
Yeah, and Fantastic.Five ran it once. Yeah, they ran Medusa once versus Secret, and they actually won that game. And that was a Rapier. That was the Rapier Illidan game when that happened.
I remember that game.
Yep.
That was the game where I was sitting there. It's like, who I cast that one? I can't remember who I cast that one with. And we're sitting there going, "Yep, they've lost." And for the first 30 minutes, they had lost.
Yep. And then.
Medusa was like, Illidan finally got himself involved. Because BZZ, like, he was rotating around, like, oh, this isn't really working. Pacho, it wasn't really working. And then Secret let up. Like, they actually gave him the space. The Beastmaster went from level 2 Necrobook with no space to farm up the rest of it to level 3 Necrobook and Blink Dagger in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, okay, initiation has now arrived. Booyah.
Pasha for me has been kind of like the standout guy for this team. He's been pretty much like the dictator of the team fights and everything and the movement around the map for his team. So I really like I really like watching him actually play, especially because he's changed his position. He used to be a safe laner.
Oracle on Ad Finem? They don't have that natural hero like the Death Prophet, which you want to be able to save. Like the Faceless Void you don't care about, he's got Time Walk. Elder Titan you don't care about because, well, he's a fucking Titan. He's gonna survive.
I mean, it's obvious the Darkseer aspect to remove the Ion Shells and stuff, but...
Yeah, but is that enough when Fantastic.Five then just say, hey, I'm in the jungle with the Darkseer for the first 4 or 5 minutes, and then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and
there's the VS pickup.
Vengeful Spirit that we were mentioning for Fantastic.Five. And okay, that makes sense why they would pick the Oracle. They are doing the Madara Slark. So it is going to be a support Elder Titan and a you could do it very similar to the way Secret actually did the dual off lane. Yeah, the other Titan Void.
The Void Core and the Elder Titan supporting and actually staying on that top lane. Yeah. Almost the I don't want to say the same way as the Earthshaker used to be played on that dual off lanes, like that babysit in case something goes wrong. The ET is actually a lot more of a lane presence.
The ET is also like a lot of people are kind of jumping back to tri lanes a bit just to make sure that the offlaner doesn't get experience. And Elder Titan is a hero that excels because of that, because he can just Astral. He gets to the Astral on 3 heroes, and then he's able to actually walk up and trade hits easily with the supports.
But this is the time when I kind of want to see. Okay, that's not what I actually wanted to see. But it works for what they need. To see Fantastic.Five actually try and force the ET off the top lane by running also another very secret-y kind of style, but like it's the Darkseer +1 on that off lane. Make it so the support doesn't have space to move. You've still got like Rickies and Bounties and such inside this game, which could be coupled up with an Iron Shell or just a tanky style hero like the Ogre Magi, which we even saw. And you have both of them with Iron Shells on up against a melee safe laner. You just can't walk up to the lane.
Yeah, and Slark's a hero that he can struggle in lane if he's versus that. If you like put the pressure on him, people haven't really been able to do that and haven't really tried to recently. But we used to see when Slarker picked up, it was like, oh, aggro tri lane. Yeah. It was like, oh god. So.
Or just like the unbeatable dual off lane, like the Darkseer Earth Spirit. That was a dual off lane for like a good 3 weeks in the meta.
Yep.
Until it got slightly nerfed.
So the Spectre pick though, it's interesting. It gives them like. The Darkseer Spectre combo people have been running for quite a long time, even dating back to like when China was running it with like Darkseer Visage Spectre. I think it was 2 years ago. They'd run it like almost every single game. Gives you a lot of like presence around the map. And you're already causing a lot of havoc with the Darkseer Death Prophet, so your Spectre's allowed to just kind of farm and do his own thing and be able to join in later on. But picking the Spectre into the Elder Titan is a little bit scary. Obviously because of how well Natural Order works versus Agility heroes. You see the Puck banned out, so Fantastic.Five is really just banning out the heroes that they're afraid of, and the heroes that beat them the last game. The Sven and the Puck, the last 2 bans from them.
They're making sure there's no teamfight control from Mad Finem. Like, if you don't get the leash, if you don't get the Chrono, then most of it's not going to work. A lot of that can be set up as well by the ET Stomp, but I guess Ad Finem having a harder lineup to execute than they had last time. Like, a Vac into a Stormbolt's not difficult, and Fantastic.Five are going to end with Sandy Claws. It is going to be the Sand King coming in.
I personally think that this hero is very bad right now. I think that he takes too long to get into his groove. They actually buffed him the last patch, which made me a little bit happier, but his ultimate is still insanely long cooldown. It was 140 last patch, now it's down to 120, but he needs so much. The usual times that we see him actually excel is when he's in like a 1v1 or some type of scenario where he's free farming, but the one thing that they do have that works well with it is the synergy with the Darkseer Sand King. So if the Sand King's able to find a early Blink Dagger, it's very hard for Anfinum to contest the early tier 1 towers.
Was it? It was ESL 1, the last game of the night, when I think it was Seneko who played the SK. And that SK ripped everyone apart.
Did he?
Yeah, it was actually brutal.
Who played it?
I think it was Seneko. I think it was Navi's lineup. I was trying to rack at my brain for like 30 seconds, but it was like the last game of the ESL 1 night.
I think you might be right, because that sounds extremely familiar to me. There was one in Frankfurt that...
Yeah, and it was the very last game of the night, and Seneko, he destroyed like, that game was so quick. Yeah, 23 minutes. Yeah, that's the game. That's the game. And it was all about the early rotations, and he was always there at the right time, at the right place. It wasn't even a big combo they had with their lineup, it was just good movement from an SK. So RMN going to put a lot of pressure on him to get good movement across the map.
The one thing that I don't like Sand King as a hero, but I can see how it can work in this lineup, because you want to have some type of AoE for Slark when he's inside of his Shadow Dance. So at least the Epicenter and the Burrow Strike gives him that type of capability to be able to damage Madara while he's inside of it. But still, he's gonna have to get his timings really good around this Sand King, and I feel like it's a bit greedy when you have a Spectre.
Are we gonna back a Darkseer here again? Like, the Darkseer was the one who got it in the last game. It's exactly the same one player with the total magical pure damage. Or who would be better in this game?
I want to wait to see what items he gets this time.
You're worried he's gonna go jungle?
I mean, I was very certain that he was gonna go jungle the last game. And
team with the most.
Okay, Iron Talon. It's not him. See, Pasha knows. Pasha knows what's up versus an Oracle.
So what? You want to back the mid now? You actually want to go for the Death Prophet? Or the Invoker?
It could even be the Elder Titan. If
is the Invoker Exor build? The Exor is Quas. And probably gonna be Wex.
Yeah.
That's...
Total magic appear. We have 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Okay, you know,
1 minute and 4 seconds.
I'm just gonna back the Death Prophet just because I think it's probably the easiest gamble. F5, they're gonna rotate over into the jungle. They may actually catch one out, and it's Spartan, who went for a very deep sentry ward mission.
Thug breaks the smoke on the Spectre.
Oh, they turn around.
Yep, they know. No.
If they didn't turn around, then RMN would have had the perfect timing to reach Spartan. In fact, now, well, there's no surge. There's only Iron Shell on the SK.
They both got boots, though, and Elder Titan's naturally much faster.
Well, until he stops walking. It's like he's trying to make them fight now. Alright, they're going to disengage. Alright, we can finish up predictions. Alright, so I have BZZ, you have BZZ. Team with the most Roshan kills. It's a whatever.
I mean, it's whichever. I'm just putting Ed Finem because why not?
I'm gonna put Fantastic.Five. Will there be a Courier Snipe? Yes. Player with the highest total magical pure damage. We got 8 seconds.
Oh god. I'm putting Spartan. Why not? I'm expecting him to do lots of work. You gonna run out of time? Tell me. Ah,
just in the neck.
Got it.
You made my decision for me.
It's probably wrong.
Thanks, Fogged. Knew I could always trust you.
Yep. Take a look at the wards really quickly though. Fantastic.Five with their smoke invasion, their nice clever smoke through the mid lane. They get the nice ward to block the pull and the both poles actually, the big camp and the small camp, while Finem blocks the one camp from the Darkseer. So Iron Talon not successful there.
And Pasha knows it now too.
And mid lane, we do actually have a Stomp come out on BZZ. He's getting right clipped with Cold Snap up a bit, but he should be just fine with that Spirit Siphon. But yeah, this is kind of the way that we've been seeing the other Titan played a lot of the times from OG. He just kind of is going to sit around this mid lane for the start.
Meanwhile, up on top lane, make space for the spec. He needs space to farm up to. BZZ will do it tough. Like, until he's get caught Crib Swarm as well, like, there's no way he's going to really contest the farm in this lane.
Oh, and maybe next time puts a sentry down to find the...
Y'all's going to get the stun up on top. He needs mana. Like, he needs 3 points of mana. Unfortunately, his mana regeneration is ass. It's 0.5 a second. That's actually so bad.
Yeah.
Like, if he had that, you would have a follow-up Burrow Strike, Spectral Spectral Dagger down. You probably wouldn't actually. You would find the kill anyway. He's too tanky, isn't he?
Yeah, with the Fairy Fire as well, he's definitely too tanky. And Stout Shield blocks. And oh, I was trying to comment that maybe next time the Oracle puts a Sentry Ward in the pull camp, and he actually cannot find the one that's blocking his pull. So that's actually kind of a big deal, because Oracle's going to be limited in his level department early on.
He's gonna have to tango around.
He can't find it. He didn't look inside that spot. He looked like literally everywhere but there.
He would have to take out this tree.
Yeah.
Well, at least he's prepping up some stacks. That's one thing which, like, is another thing to look at for Iron Man, is his skill build here. Like, because obviously you want to have Sandstorm levels up for the Sand King, but while the Darkseer is inside your jungle, he's just going to be free farming this. And that means there's no way you can really stack, unless you stack up this camp, which he's on right now.
Yeah. Spartan picks up a ward, puts a ward on that high ground there. He's going to be keeping an eye on the junglers.
Well, Pasha sees him walk out of it, so that should be fairly obvious what Spartan was up to.
Yeah. He might, I don't think he's going to know about the ward, but he'll definitely know that, oh man, like, other Titans just going to be kind of walking into my jungle and messing with me at top lane.
They got no mana again. They're short the mana. Like, RMN is short by 2 points. Is this going to be the tail of the top lane where you're always short by 2 mana? Wait, did he?
He put another sentry ward. He bought another set of sentries and brought it out, and he still isn't finding it.
He's only got 1 tango as well left now. And it's just this one. This has been the most useful. Oh, no! At least he can find the obs. At least he can find the obs.
He has to find something.
Hey. But yeah, okay. He stands there, it's like, okay, I can see it. I can see it. Wait, can he even attack it from there?
No, you can't.
He can't attack it from there! Okay, no, he's got it. He's got it. He found a spot.
At least he gets one of them. The other sentry ward is going to despawn already. He doesn't need to worry about it.
Spartan is dead. Spartan is very, very dead. Like, he came in to contest this. The Iron Shell's burning him out. Pasha doesn't have mana for a surge.
Is he dead?
Iron Man, like, okay, No, he's not.
Space.
He's actually not dead. He's actually not dead.
Ever.
I like the way he got, like Spartan limps out of it. Yep. I have a cramp.
Yeah, he was messing with the Darkseer a bunch though. I think he even took he took 1 CS and even just like traded a couple hits with him and just leached a bunch of experience from the Darkseer there. So a really nice play there from Spartan, denying stuff with the Ancients, buys up before dying, gets 2 more wards out on himself. And maybe next time, still just constantly stacking. Even though he's only level 2, he's really emphasizing on getting those stacks up to boost up the Slark's farm. And it does look like Madara is going to be going for Aquila. I thought maybe he was going to go for Midas, but nope.
The ward time's out. Maybe next time has a camp now that he can pull.
Yeah, that was really grim to watch, but it happens from time to time.
Sad life.
Yeah, and now we do see the first smoke of the game up on Spartan. Looking for an opportunity. This looked like it was more just a warding expedition for him at first.
Well, he's already got the Observer Ward down. Like, he put another one up so we can watch F5. Yeah, it's actually instantly gone. Like, hang on, F5 didn't even have to work for it. That was already a pre-established sentry ward. Yeah, he had 3 sentries planted down by maybe next time to find out 1 obs that he got and still missed the other sentry.
And yeah, and he puts the other obs ward that he puts, the second one, is actually the most defensive obs ward I've ever seen. He puts it on the Radiant Hill there, which you don't really see that happen too often, but he does want to make sure that his Void doesn't die, because
must be worried about like heavy rotations. A double stun rotation from behind is definitely problematic.
Yeah, Skylark though is, I mean, he's going, look at his build. He's even going like a full aggressive Void build in the offlane.
Oh, Pasha. Stomp's gonna kick in as Spartan's now gonna try and punch Pasha out. Pasha has to surge away. The SK was nearby, but he's also very, very low in life, so they both have to retreat. And in fact, Spartan's not giving this up. He's got Spirit up in 3 seconds time, and he knows he can get it. The Courier's gonna fly in a Soul Ring now for Pasha. Do not dare use that. But they move up another hero. Okay, BZZ is making his way up. Spartan runs to the west, however. Pasha scouts this out. Yol needs to be able to get that stun. Pasha,
gonna get him.
He's so low, the magic missile keeps him away from punching him. And now Pasha, no, they find the kill. The Dead Prophet finds it just in the nick of time before Elder Titan could bring down the hammer on the low Darkseer.
Nice play from BZZ there as well. He actually bottles up his Darkseer as the Elder right after the Elder Titan stomp. So nice play there by them.
Also good for RMN. He came to that bottom lane utilizing Sandstorm, gets a denial on the tier 1 tower that AF were forcing.
Yeah.
So he's now able to soak up the experience on the bottom lane. And you can see just how heavily he's focused on just being in the lane. Like going for a 3-1-1 build is fairly rare on an SK. Because most of the time you want to have that second level up in Sandstorm. It's just so good to farm up any kind of camps.
Yeah, the one level point in Caustic though is super value, especially if you're chasing people out. Because now, you know, a couple patches ago they changed it. So even though you have Caustic on a hero, there's a timer where it explodes automatically and it causes a slow for 3 seconds.
Well, Slark's having the best piece of the CS pie. 50 CS now. First one to reach half a century is Madara. That stun on top lane is not going to do anything. In fact, Skylark even gets himself, 2 bashes in a row over on Yol. The Spirit Stomp, Yol makes it to the tree line, but he needs to let the stun off, but no. Not possible. The VS will go down thanks to some nice RNG for Skylark.
Skylark getting a lot of farm.
Yeah.
Sanking is actually doing quite well for himself too. He's got level 5, almost level 6 finished up.
I get an underwhelming Death Prophet CS in mid.
Yeah, we haven't really even gotten a chance to like take a glance at the mid lane, but it's fairly even. He's a little bit behind Thug, but that's obviously from the rotation onto Spartan.
Man. Oh, the Pyro Strike! It was too short. Now the Stomp actually holds BZZ there. That's his first primary rotation to the top lane. Even going for this seems to be very odd. Like, you go for it, but Chronosphere is available for the Faceless Void. So they can control everything. In fact, now you see AF posturing to turn. A Time Walk into a Chronosphere, the Invoker moves to the top lane. Yeah, you're right, the Observer ward's down for the dire side, see a lot. Also very thick on the wards on the top lane. They must be really protecting this spec.
Yeah, that was actually very interesting to see them place both of those obs wards, but I guess they were expecting the rotation coming out soon because Void hit a quite early 6.
Pyro Strike, the silence is out there from BCZ.
He should be just fine.
Yeah. The silence doesn't last anywhere near long enough, and Spectral Dagger doesn't do anywhere near enough damage.
That build looks so bizarre on BZZ. Like, I can understand why he wants to level in the silence, but 3-1-2 skill build on Death Prophet. Not something you really see too often unless you're playing versus, like, I've seen it happen from, like, Dendi or something versus, like, a Queen of Pain, and he gets the 1 level in the silence because of how aggressive they are in the mid lane, but they're not even really emphasizing on his mid lane, so it's a bit of a curious level up for the silence.
It's like when you see a point like that up in silence, you wonder, it's like, hey, is it just meant to be like getting like an earlier point up in razor so you can clean through stacks a little bit faster, or? But all the stacks are being done by Darkseer or SK, so that makes no sense.
Yep. 9 minutes in, we get the second smoke of the game, this time from Fantastic.Five. They have the level 6 on Sanking, but he actually just decides, he doesn't have the mana really, the mana pool for Epicenter. He skills the level 2 in Sandstorm. And they should, if they...
This is a good opportunity
because
get him. Skylark is low enough, but you need to be able to get the movement speed in for RMN. So the smoke will break.
And he spotted.
And yeah, level 3 Burrow Strike is not long enough to get that kind of distance. And hilariously enough, it's the Observer Ward, which is defensively on the hill, that saw the SK's movement.
Yeah, I thought they were actually going to go through the river in that situation because they still had enough timing on their smoke, but either way, it could have actually been spotted out from the ward anyway. Depending on how the positioning from Skylark is. Now we do see our man starting to do that jungle. Wow. Thank God for, you know, maybe next time doing those stacks, he's making Madara look like an absolute god. Madara, 9 minutes in, 96 CS. So, clearing up those stacks, he's halfway to his Lothar with Treads and Aquila already at this point in time.
I'm interested to see his item build as well coming into this one. Hey, correct prediction.
Whee!
Wait. Bring us the glory
See?
points.
That's because we saw Pasha by the Iron Talon.
Yeah,
We knew.
Heavy rotation, nice silence out from BTZ, actually stopping the other Titan from letting that stomp go, while letting Yol move up, and now the Chronosphere, EMP Tornado going to be the combo too. BTZ completely out of mana. He's got 9-1 charges, but that will not be enough. You know, bottle charge up as well. So if he's thinking about committing exorcism, it ain't going to happen.
Yep.
But that's a 1-for-1 trade-off, support for support, and Chrono got burnt.
Yep, and we have Illidan goes for the Vanguard build on Spectre. Vanguard into a Band of Elven skin, so not even the Ring of Aquila on him.
Is he just going to go straight Manta then?
I guess we'll see if that's what he wants to do. Yeah.
I'm wondering what he's trying to break free of, like with the Manta. Because there's not a lot that actually really does for you.
Yeah, and it's quite a ways away though. But
yeah,
they just have to remember that they are playing versus a Elder Titan, so they do want to get at least 1 or 2 armor auras just to make sure that they don't get so squishy from that. A Bassi or something on somebody. So I thought he'd go for the Aquila on the Spectre, but either way, opt for the Vanguard into the Band of Elven skin and even a stick.
Well, Pasha's finding some good money. That mech looks like it's going to have a good timing for it.
Madara's farm is accelerating way too quickly though. He's gonna have his Lothar, and he's already level 11 now.
And once that Shadow Blade is up, then you'll see rotations coming out from him. And heroes like either Oracle or Elder Titan can just soak up a little bit more experience on that safe lane.
And this is kind of what I was implying when I was saying that, you know, sanking Spectre. It's greedy. Like they can't really make the aggressive move. They have to make like a responsive move for the most part in this current stage of the game.
It just seems really odd though, like when you pick up both the SK and the Darkseer in one game, or even just the SK in the current meta, because most offlaners will take Iron Talon to the jungle. So you restrict the power level farming of the SK, and that was kind of like always his thing, right? You could just sit the SK inside the jungle and you come out with a Blink Dagger nice and early, like even before a 10-minute mark if you could just stack and farm.
Yeah. Of course, with the nerfs on the jungle too, from like the magic resistance stuff, it makes it a bit harder. But
which is why like you need the third foot up in Sandstorm now, as opposed to just the old 2.
Oh, mid lane.
Yol, yeah, picked up by Tornado. He wants to try and swap into the stun on the Invoker. It was the last little bit of a fancy play, but it wasn't going to save his life.
Yep, and Thug has the urn finished up from before and a couple charges on that, so it just heals himself up really quickly after that. Stomp actually catches BZZ, they have the ETLT, they have EMP, they have Chrono.
Oh, Chrono's perfect. BZZ can't go anywhere. The Burrow Strike gives Mara and Men, and with a Spectral Horn, Illidan comes into the fight as well. Pasha runs himself in. He's looking for some kind of back wall. He gets the wall up at least, and this time Skylark low. He's got 4 seconds till he can time walk away, but the heal's kicking in for maybe next time. And with the top, it creates more space. Araman wants to stop this. Burrow strikes forward. They find 1, they find 2. A double kill for Illidan. Araman will lose his life for this. He walks back to the safety of the wall, but Pasha on the front lines is surrounded by 3 and obviously didn't get the memo. AKA, we're pulling off the front line. Go home to your wife and kids.
Yep, slight mistake there by the Invoker there, tornadoing while the Elder Titan stun was actually going to land. But he ends up saving the Void from it, so it might actually have been just fine. And they clean up multiple heroes, and that's the Lothar finished up for Madara at the perfect timing there. And his decision making on his pounces though, it's really impressive, to be quite honest. Like in that middle engagement, he's so reluctant on using it. He used Dark Pack like 2 or 3 times and just kept kind of like running in and out, using the pounce just to escape from anything that F5 had, and he just kept kind of like running circles around them. So really well played by Finem there.
They need to find better control on him then. Like that's got to be the way. But how do you control a Slark without like committing high level up of silence every single time?
Yeah. The fight also started out with BZZ mispositioning himself, getting clipped by the stomp into like everything that Finem had, the Earth Splitter, EMP, Chronosphere. So fight for Fantastic.Five started in pretty much the worst manner that they could imagine.
Well, Fantastic.Five now going to lose their tier 1 tower if they don't bring some support up here. So the TP comes. However, Spartan was counting on this. He's got his spirit ready. Chronosphere still on cooldown for another 22 seconds.
And he leaves.
Okay. So I guess they're just going to be hoping that it was going to be a support hero to keep the Faceless Void off, and then they find a quick and easy kill.
They know Iron Man's bottom. They're going to go for the kill on the
Madara, like the sentry was down there. Like, Iron Man knows this, and Madara should know this too. The Burrow Strike, oh boy! Iron Man leaps up to the Splitter will find the kill from ET.
Oh man,
Okay, that's multiple times I've seen that Burrow Strike not stun.
Dire's bottom tower
Yeah,
is under
that was
attack.
bit of a misplay there, though. He could have probably stunned to the right and been fine. He stunned into the spirit and just gets stomped up. But still, either way, nice awareness there from Finem. You can see Spartan's decision making. He's like, well, I'm not going to pressure this top tower right now, and the only way that Fantastic.Five gets back into this, because we do feel comfortable, is if they get that blink on the Sand King, because then we can't really pressure tier 1s easily and not as safely. So very good awareness and presence of mind there from Finem to go for that kill.
Well, Exorcism will be triggered up on the top lane, so BZZ wants to force the tier 1 tower. They got a fresh wave coming in, so it's quite possible.
Echo Saber and a Lothar, 15 minutes.
And he already goes for the hunt.
Oh, he's going for the courier.
Well,
Dun, 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 dun,
bring on the rewards! Boom!
Thank you, prediction. Easy.
And we would like to go to the phones. You, sir, you're our contestant, and you are correct.
Oh, they're getting the wrap on them. Exorcism is going to be wearing off in the next 5 seconds.
Look at the Ops and sentries down.
And
here comes the jump in from Madara. The swap out, nice and quick from Yol, but already Madara popping off that Shadow Dance. He wants to go for more here, and with a stomp, Illidan locked in position for a little bit longer. And will it be enough? The stun hits on Madara. Illidan turns around and goes back. The EMP Tornado, and then with the Chrono Spear, they have to wait it out. The Faceless Void pops so quickly. The stomp against Spartan. He is such a space creator at the moment. Madara is healing up. Illidan's not feeling too confident at the moment.
Thug has a DD and he's on the right side with Spartan.
Yules gonna go on the Invoker. There goes your silence onto Spartan, so no stomp, no ET splitter, but they're bringing in extra help. The call snap, BZZ needs to get back to his tier 1 tower with the help of the Darkseer. They get the surge, but yep, Illidan locked in position. Now they go for the Fortunes, and RMN jumps in with him and actually gets caught at the same time. Tornadoed up and towards the air, no mana, so he couldn't Burrow Strike, he couldn't Sandstorm, he couldn't do anything apart from die.
That was, I can see he was trying to save his teammate there by blocking the pounce, but he was completely He just jumped in and blocked the pounce with his blink and just straight up died and gave them an extra kill. So now they get 2 kills instead of 1, and they get to get the pressure on this tower.
You also didn't see the Fortune's End kicking in. Yeah, like the second that cracked him when he arrived, it's like, oh, okay, this isn't good.
Yeah, I was gonna mention on that, like, I kind of said it during the draft, but I didn't harp on it too much afterwards. But versus Sand King especially, not just the false promise, but the Fate's Edict. So if he's in the proper position, he can just Fate's Edict and it eats the entire epicenter, and you takes 0 damage from it.
TPs are coming down to the bottom lane. Yol's already here, but it is Pasha who looks more like bait. And Thug, Spartan, they're waiting. More support now arriving from F5. They come under the cover of smoke. And Yol, well, there's your reveal. This time the Burrow Strike Fireman will connect. EMP Tornado going to cause problems. And again, this Stomp is so good from Spartan. He'll split the fight with the ET Splitter. Even if it doesn't connect on a hero, splitting up the fight like this means they can actually get one. And BZZ is the big isolated hero. They actually take out 2, with Sly taking out the Sand King. Pasha, TP out just before he gets scouted out by the Invoker.
Uh-oh. Starting to look extremely problematic for Fantastic.Five. It's getting close to a 8,000 gold lead. The cores on the side of Finem are all farming very heavily and synergizing quite well. There we did see the EMP actually woke everybody up from the Echo Stomp and didn't let them get hit by like a 3-man Earth Splitter, but either way, they have enough at this point to not really need every single spell to hit perfectly. They have Orchid already finished on Invoker and several different tools to take the fight.
Having F5. Whoa! 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 Too far forward. You'll Burrow Strike through into the back lines, but this just brings more people to the front lines to kill off. RMN, low on life, makes break for the tree lines. You're back, your wall. It's nice, but where is your combination? They're already too strong. Madara gets a double kill. Yes, the Oracle will die. And looks like actually the bailout. ET as well as Oracle down. The TP out from Skylark will be successful.
But it's an Exorcism used, and they took out the 2 supports. But yeah, Exorcism committed. Now it's going to be 120 seconds without that for the next 2 minutes.
That just feels really odd. And another time when I see SK initiate without using Epicenter, he's had it for 2 fights now and hasn't used it either time. Yeah, and that's with the Blink Dagger combination. And in that case, he could have done it from the backlines and still come in.
Yeah, and they got a beautiful vacuum off from the Darkseer, but
maybe that's the problem. Like he's too focused on making sure he gets the Blink Burrow Strike in combination with the Darkseer vac. Wow, just wow. That's That's a hard knock life. You get hit by a
Silver Edge.
Silver Edge and with an Echo Saber. Madara already has stolen Essence from the last fight too.
Yeah, this is what we like. Why I was saying that, I just maybe it's not. Maybe it's just me as a person, but I personally just feel Sanking just is so weak right now. He just takes too long, and you have to play it. You just have to be so confident in yourself to play it, and it still is.
I would have been more okay with it if he had more space in his jungle, and if he's actually synergized better with the Darkseer. Then the pick would work. But both these things not happening. He has the Blink Dagger. They have everything they need.
But they don't have. They have no way of killing the Slark.
Oh y'all! Oh y'all! Slark has every way of killing them. It's just.
I mean, like I was saying, his supports maybe next time emphasized on stacking heavily, and it's paying off massively. 200 CS with 8-0 and 4 on Madara. Both of these games, he is just standing out, and his team enables him. His team makes him looking better than he already is. Pasha might even go down to just these right clicks too. Another pounce in 2 seconds. Will he be able to get him?
Oh, overshot the mark. One hit.
Got him.
Yeah.
Godlike.
This is too easy for. He's 9-0-4 on this Slark.
They have like no way of killing him, honestly. Like they have to land everything on him, and he already has Aegis, and BKB is going to be coming out very soon. Taking a look at that gold lead as well. Yeah, getting upwards toward that 15,000 gold lead.
Yeah, it's just shy of 14k at the moment. But with this tower going down, it'll start to skyrocket. And when you also have this buff up, like Madara is already strong enough as it is. You give an Aegis Immortal, and then you give him Alacrity from the Invoker. Like anything which makes Madara stronger means death for F5. Right, tier 3 tower. Madara doesn't need much help to get rid of that. So 22 minutes in, F5 are in no position. Like, they have every ultimate available, yet they still will not fight into him because the Slark, you kill him, as if you can kill him, it's just going to burn the Aegis. So there was nothing to lose there for AF and everything to gain. Tier 2 and tier 3 tower in a space of 1 minute.
Yeah, it's starting to look quite over, to be honest. Like, Spectre is sitting on almost 3,000 gold. He wants to go for this rating split because he feels obligated to, which he is, but they can't do anything to deal with the Slark. He's just running around with Silver Edge, getting a ton of information. He saw the whole team just now rotating. They even have a ward in the mid lane to spot out the movements, and Ed Finem's just gonna walk up towards top and take that top tower.
Easy movements. I'm pushing the advantage forward. Experience and gold per minute over 650 each for Madara. Yep, he really has been, like, if anyone doesn't vote him as MVP for this game, then you are. I know the rest of his team, as you've been saying, like, you want to make sure they get cred for everything they've been doing for him, but at the same time, Madara's just making really good decisions from...
Yeah, I like touched on it a little bit in the last game. Just his decision making overall as a carry is excellent. Like this game, I said it like when he was inside that middle fight, the way he used Dark Pact, he times it specifically, of course, to try to dodge the stuns, which is something that's a bit basic. But in using his pounces in those manner, like he used them perfectly like 3 or 4 times.
Look at where's the fear? Even if you do burn the Aegis Immortal now, Slark comes back up again. He's got no Essence stolen, so that's an upside. But then BKB. Oh, that Essence is going to come back. He kills off Yol. He looks for another target. He's being Spirit Siphoned at the moment and does not care. Iron Man has to use the Sandstorm to run away. The ET Split is coming, looking for the leash. Pasha. Oh, he couldn't back. Trying to create space. The Stomp was there, but looks like Iron Man was able to blink himself back into his home.
But he was alone.
Yep.
He was alone for quite a while before his team started getting up there.
That was a 1v4.
Yeah.
That was a 1v4 until that point.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The Madara Slark is a thing to fear.
This is something which like gives me hope for F5. Like we talk about how great the position is for AF at the moment, but if you look towards Pasha, he now has a Blink Dagger. You have the ability to do your Wombo combo. And when I say Wombo combo, I'm meaning back into Epicenter Burrow Strike. This is the Wombo combo with the wall as well, and probably an Iron Shell already prepared as well on the SK. This is what you need to do, and then a big group silence from BZZ, so there's no quick response at least. That won't win you the fight, but it will give you enough of an advantage where you can have an even fight.
Yeah, it's like it's a hopeful thing to think about, and of course that's like what they drafted for, to try to get that Wombo combo, especially with like the Dark Seer.
Illidan, don't die now. He's 65 gold away from having his relic. Sentry's down. It's out of range of the orbs. They get the chronosphere. Illidan, he's inside the trees. The swap. Yol tries to do it, but then Spartan, he's already in the right spot. The Spectral Horn. And then actually takes the Spectre all the way down to the bottom lane. So at least he stays alive. The Darkseer will die for the cause. Yol's still visible underneath that Observer Ward. So they're chasing up after him. He's got one stun, trying to keep Madara out. Dark Pact was already used. I suppose in a way he snipes a bounty rune, but Oracle will take his life.
Yep.
And now you don't have your combo. 30 seconds without the Darkseer.
Yeah. Like I was gonna say was yeah, they have the combo and everything, but with the Oracle with Aether Lens, he should be all the way in the back. He shouldn't even be close to getting hit by anything. And I also want to comment on the Oracle skill build. A lot of people don't really know about this. There's not really that many Oracle players or anything, and the hero doesn't have too much success, but his skill build, getting the 2 points in Fate's Edict is super important, and the reason is because you can actually use 2 Purifying Flames to heal your teammate during that Fate's Edict so they take no damage. I really wanted to point that out because a lot of people overlook that as well.
Madara, you're taking a lot of damage here. Yes, he's still got his Shadow Dance, but they keep that stun up. Then, okay, no, he's got an Oracle behind him. Million ranks are taken. Here comes your first epicenter of the game, but it's on a Faceless Void. All the damage is repaired by just using the Time Walk, so Ironman will run away. Let's look back towards the mid where Madara currently going ham. The swap from Yol pulls BZZ away, but Oracle's there for the nuke. They go from one target to the next. Yol dying up to these tier 4 towers. One more hit. There it is from Madara. 3 heroes lost. The mid-million ranks was taken even before this fight began. There's just nothing F5 can do.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, honestly.
Iron Man's gonna get orchided too, so a couple more hits here from Thug will be enough. Into the tree line, a blink up, at least he'll dodge the tornado, so that movement can be nice. But then the simpler rotation is AF taking out the bottom racks as well.
Yeah.
2 lanes of racks within 27 minutes. I suppose a quick game's a good game, but this is gonna make for a long day, and there it is. GG is the call. AF looking stable, but F5 looking a little bit discoordinated in this tournament. They got definitely Madara pretty hard.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about it a little bit. I mentioned it how Fantastic.Five tends to have that one hero which is a healer. Pretty much every single game that they've played throughout this qualifier, they've had like a Wisp, a Winter Wyvern, something along those lines, even the Oracle. They strayed away from their comfort zone in these games, and I felt like you could see exactly what happened. The last game, they looked a little bit more coordinated in the first